This is Chris Norwood, and I am still trying to get used to my brand new microphone. Having a lot of technical difficulties, I will tell you that. Today's video is going to be another update on my journey to hear every song ever recorded in the history of humanity. And animals. I think animals have recorded some music. I bet insects have recorded some music. And right now I am mostly a rock and roll kind of guy. A little bit of pop, a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of everything. We all say that we listen to everything, but rock and roll has been my main focus in this journey. I've done some significant little, what do you call it when you go off the trail? I've done some little, detours. I've done some big detours through rap and country and pop and blues and jazz and classical and all that stuff. Anti-music, art house. But rock and roll has been my main focus. I think it could be possible for me to hear every rock and roll song ever recorded, which would be an interesting feat. And that's sort of what I'm working towards currently. Again, I do want to hear every song ever. This is a little update. Right now, I'm focused on completing the entire discography of Hank Williams Jr. And there's a little bit of interesting fact about the Hank Williams family. There's Hank Williams Sr., Hiram King, and then there's Randall Hank Williams Jr., and then there is, what is his name? Hank Williams III. His name is Sheldon. He's not really a Hank, but he is the third. And then there's been some controversy about these people that claim that they are the grandchildren of Hank Williams Sr. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. One of those guys goes by Hank Williams IV. He's got a pretty strange voice. It sounds like he's really straining himself to sound like Hank Sr., but he's kind of dressing up like Hank Jr. It's kind of weird, but he's talented. He's definitely talented. He's got a good singing voice. It feels like he's kind of forcing the Hank sound. I am really excited today. Recently, we have heard that the real, the son of Hank Williams III is releasing an album, but it's going to be more of like a band effort. He's just going by IV or 4, and it's going to be like IV, like 4 and something or other, the strange band. And it's going to be kind of a folky blues influenced fuzz rock sound, kind of amplified, kind of blues folk rock. And I'm kind of interested to hear that. I've heard a little bit of 4's vocals, and I gotta say, I think that 4 is going to be better than this Hank Williams IV guy that's out there. But love to him too. I love all the Williamses, the ones that I've heard anyway. There's a lot going on in this video. I hope that my audio is synced up. Anyway, this is going to be the focus of this video. I know I'm kind of just rambling incoherently about music. That's what I like to do. I just sit around by myself talking about music. That's why I started this YouTube channel. And the songs, I haven't completed Hank Williams Jr.'s discography yet. He's got like 100 albums. It's stressing me out. My obsessive compulsive disorder is why is there so much music? Why can't I have a hobby that I can complete? I have this need, this obsessive compulsive need to finish everything in order, in alphabetical order. And it's been really hard. It's been a battle. But Hank Williams Jr. has been a lot of fun to listen to. I kind of grew up, and my dad's got a really cool story about Hank Williams Jr. live. He was so incredibly drunk not my dad, but Hank Williams Jr., that it was just like a terrible show, and everybody loved it but my dad. My dad wanted him to actually perform, and he was probably, high and drunk and just falling over and couldn't perform. And everybody loved it at that concert. I guess it would have been the 70s or 80s. Let's see. Yeah, it was like my dad would have been a teenager, maybe the late 70s, early 80s. Probably, I want to say 81, somewhere in there. So if you've seen Hank Williams Jr. in that era, let me know how your experience was. I wasn't around yet. I came around in 85, which was a good period for Hank Williams Jr.'s discography. But so far, this is the focus of the video. So far, Hank Williams Jr. has a lot of songs that I knew that I liked, and I've discovered a lot. So far, the F Word is one of my all-time favorites. I'd love to knock the heck out of you. Naked Women and Beer. Stormy is a good sounding album. That was a note that I put in there. Song called Stormy. Southern Thunder. Houston, We Have a Problem. Hog Wild. Oh man, I absolutely loved Hog Wild, the album. It's sort of a country concept album about liking motorcycles. Really hilarious. Peacefully, Between Heaven and Heck. It's a Start. Both Sides of Goodbye really broke my heart. I've got a note here about the Lightning album. It's awful. That's one of my least favorites so far. I'm not digging the Lightning album. If you do, that's perfectly okay. Lion Jukebox has been a real highlight for me. Wild Weekend was kind of fun. Not my usual taste in music, but I liked it. Simple Man, the cover of the classic Lynyrd Skynyrd song. Hank Williams Jr. does some really good covers on a lot of his earlier albums, and they're really excellent covers. He kind of changes it up a little bit, and I felt like he did a really nice rendition. He changed some of the lyrics, and it's pretty good. Man to Man was a really excellent track. And Montana Cafe album, I've got that it kind of sucks. But I'm going to pull up, let's see. We still got the audio recording pretty good, I think. But I love a lot of Hank's singles, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Hank Williams Jr. He's one of those musicians that I just grew up with. But starting in that 70s and 80s era, which I really, really have always loved, like Family Tradition, I Fought the Law, Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line, I Got Rights, I Just Ain't Been Able. That stuff is really just the best for me. Whiskey Bent and Heck Bound. Tired of Being Johnny Be Good, Outlaw Women, I Don't Have Any Love Songs. White Lightning, Women I've Never Had, OD'd in Denver, Come and Go Blues, The Conversation. Oh man, I think Whiskey Bent and Hell Bent. Spoiler alert, Whiskey Bent and Hellbound, probably going to be the best album out of all of them, in my opinion. But we still got some really great stuff. Habits, Old and New. What has it got? Dinosaur, Kalijah. Move it on over. If you don't like Hank Williams, The Pressure Is On is another good album. Oh, he's going to get hit by a train. A Country Boy Can't Survive. All My Rowdy Friends Have Settled Down. The Ballad of Hank. I really love when he talks about Hank Sr. in the songs. Man of Steel, Major Moves, 5-0, all have some pretty good tracks on it. I haven't checked out his live stuff yet. I may do that if I ever get around to it. I'm just so much studio stuff here. According to Wikipedia, it says he has 53 studio albums. I don't know, but this has just been an update on my insane listening habits right now, just churning through Hank Williams Jr. Thank you. Goodbye.